Hello and welcome to Desert Rat Fiber Arts. I'm Desert Rat, but you can call me Lloyd. So, today's the day. We're going to start our 2023 breed study. Got fleece study, but same thing. So, I have 3 different packages that I purchased from, what was the name of it? Again, hang on a moment. From Hearthside Fibers on Etsy. I purchased this with my own money. I am not sponsored in any way, so I did pay for these myself. So, big box of goodies here. I have 36 different breeds in here. There were 12 in each of the classifications I got. There's international, English, and global. They're all different in all of them, so there's no crossovers in there. So we're going to start with the international, since that's what I got first on my list here. And we're going to be working with, I got it here somewhere. Oh, don't you love how prepared I am? There we go. First one on my list, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this, Charollais, Charollais. This is, the origin of the breed is from France. It says here it's 30 to 33 microns and a staple length of 80 millimeters, or about 3 inches. And there's about 25 grams in here. And I will leave a link to her Etsy page, where if you want to get these yourself and follow along, please feel free to do so. I'd love to see what your conclusions are on these different breeds as well. So, with that, I also have these worksheets. These were originally the ones that were done by Trish at Fiber Love Diary. She just had a like a picture of it in her Instagram, and I just converted it to a Word document, or actually an Excel document, so that I could print it out without it looking ugly. So I've got those. I'm going to be filling that out. Part of our study is going to include, I've got these 3 books here that we're going to be pulling information from. I've got the Field Guide to Fleece, the Spinner's Book of Fleece, and of course the granddaddy of them all, the Fleece and Fiber Source Book. So I did not see this particular breed in the Spinner's Guide to Fleece. I'm going to set that one aside. Now the Field Guide to Fleece says that however this is pronounced, Charollais, that's how I'm going to call it, Charollais, is a meat breed. Produces unusually fine fiber with a short staple length and nearly square locks. Carding is the most likely preparation method. Shearing of this breed is not fleece oriented, so you find that second cuts make it difficult to produce consistent brolags. Try using mini combs. Okay, so let's just see. Okay, dyeing process clears colors, probably without luster. Best uses, although they don't rise to luxury level. Charollais wool makes a soft general purpose textiles. It says that the origin's France. The average weight of the fleece is 4.5 to 5.5 pounds, or 2 to 2.5 kilograms. The staple length, it says here, is 1.5 to 2.5 inches, which is 4 to 6 centimeters. The fiber diameters is 23 to 27 microns, so this is a little bit finer than what we're seeing here. Natural colors are white. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside, and let's see what the Fleece and Fiber Source book has to say. Not much either, it's just 1 page on this one. Charollais sheep were developed in Charollais canton, similar to a county in the Burgundy region of east central France during the 19th century. French shepherds cross imported British Leicester long wool sheep with the native land races. The French government officially recognized and began prompting the resulting fast-growing muscular breed in 1974, and the first animals were exported from France to Britain in 1976. The first North American imports came to Canada from Britain in 1994. From there, the breed spread to the United States. Because of the meat emphasis, the breed societies do not state wool standards. Charollais grow fine to medium quality wools that are dense, lots of fibers grown in close proximity, a characteristic of finer wools, and quite short. So this says the same thing, 4.5 to 5.5 pounds, 1.5 to 2.5 inches of staple length, 23 to 27 microns. The locks are rectangular, natural color is... So I think this is just the same as this here. This is just kind of the shortened version of it. So that's what we need on that. So let's take an actual look at the fiber itself here. I've got 25 milligrams of it. Let's pull that out of there. It's not super soft. It's not horrible. It's not sandpaper. But let's go ahead and pull some off here. I'm going to pull off a good staple length here. This is what we got. Pull that apart. Not too bad. Let's see what it comes up to. I've got my tape measure here. Of course, I'm measuring white fiber on a white tape measure, but that's saying 6 inches. That can't be. Let me see if I can pull these apart and stack them on top of each other a little bit. It does look fairly long. That's more than 1.5 to 2 inches. So this is 5 inches. It's a pretty good staple length there on that. Mark that on here, 5 inches. Put the date down. The breed is Charollais. Charollais. And I apologize. The garbage truck, of course, waits till the end of the day to come by instead of come by in the morning. Source is Hearthside Fibers. And fiber prep is comb top. Okay. So I got these little envelopes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this here and I'm going to put this in there, and that's going to go with this. I'm also going to put a single and a 2-ply in there as well, so that we can keep it with this. And I've got these little plastic sleeves in here to keep everything together. So I'm going to attempt to do this with my EEW Nano. I just recently upgraded this to the 2.0 version, got the new motor, the new board, the new flyer and hooks, and it came with also a bunch of different bobbins. And I haven't used it yet. I just put the leader on there a few minutes ago so that we could try this out. I would do this on my my Kiwi, but right now it's got some Romney lamb fleece on there that I'm working on. One of my Christmas presents was a Romney lamb fleece. So I'm playing with that. I think I might split this up Yeah, let's see what we got here. Let's split this in half, roughly. Quite a bit of fiber there for 25 grams. I'm going to set that aside for now. So, let me get this set up. I'm going to zoom in on it, hopefully, and hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, so I got my single spun up here. It came out okay. I'm just not used to using my nano that much. I'm more used to working on my kiwi. This is what our ply back looks like. A bit thick and thin here. It wasn't too bad. The fiber was a little greasy, it felt like. But it didn't spin up too bad. It probably would have done really well in a long draw, but I did a short back draw. That's usually how I spin. So I decided not to save the single because it just fell apart. But that's going to go into my little bag here, along with the piece of fiber, and I will get that marked up here. So, pardon me. What the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do this and an Andean plying bracelet so that I can just do a 2-ply off of this. I'm probably going to ply this on my kiwi though, and I won't record that just because I don't like plying on the nano. It just never really had any good luck doing it. Other people I know can do it. I'm not very good at it with the kiwi. So if you've never done an Andean plying bracelet, I've got this little tool here that I 3D printed. It's got a chopstick that you stick in the end. And this is how you make a plying bracelet. So I'm going to disconnect my tension drive band off of this. Turn that off. And then I'm going to pull this through here. You can see there's my singles, a little bit thick and thin, but not a big deal. Now, it's been a while since I've done this. So, if I remember correctly, go under, let's see, around, under, behind, over, back, under, behind, and then you go around again, under and behind, up, around, back under, and that way it just kind of overlaps so that when you pull this out, then the ends can come apart, so then you got a two ends that you can work with to apply together. So I'm going to work on that, and then I'm going to apply it off camera. So I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so it's the next day. Here's the finished yarn. All I can say was it turned out to be kind of a hot mess, and it's all my fault. I didn't spin it as well as I thought I had. If we look at it here, you can see, let me see if I can get in close on this. It's a bit thick and thin. It's not a very tight spin. And when I was plying it, it kept drifting apart. And then at one point, I'd lost one of the ends of my ply. So half of it's two ply, the other half of it's chain ply. So it's not perfect. It's not what I was hoping for, but it's still not bad. It is stretchy. It's very squishy. It's soft. I don't know if you'd call it next to skin soft. Would I spin it again? Absolutely. Would I go out of my way for this particular fiber? Probably not. But, you know, if I was given it or if there was a good sale on it, I'd probably buy some more. I'd like to try spinning it a little properly. I think from now on, I'm just going to do everything on the Kiwi instead of trying to use my Nano, which gives me fits at times. But overall, we wound up with about 54 yards after it was wet finished. It is, again, nice and squishy. It's a decent fiber. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever spun this type of the Charollais. I wish I knew how to properly pronounce this. What your thoughts were on it. And would you spin it again if you had a chance? Okay, well, that's it for this week. Next week, we're going to take on some Cheviot or Cheviot, or however it's pronounced. I think I've spun some of that before, maybe not. I know Corriedale on here I have spun. Let's see what else is on here. Eider, Gotland, Herdwick, Jacob, Manx Logathan, Logden, Norwegian, Texel, Welsh Mountain is Vartbliss. Blueface Leicester, I've spun that. Devon, Exenhorn, Dorset, Romney, I'm spinning now. I love the Romney. Lincoln, Mosham, South Down, Swelldale, Teeswater, Wensleydale, Whiteface, Woodland. Haven't spun any of those. Finnish, Falkland, Icelandic, Grey Merino, Perndale, Polworth, I have spun. Rambouillet, Shetland, I've spun that and I absolutely love Shetland. It's the first fiber I truly learned to spin on, as well as being the first fleece I ever purchased and completely processed from beginning to end. It was Shetland, and I absolutely adore Shetland. Radnor, Targhee, Northlands, Ronaldsay, and White Bergshoff. Those are all 32 of them that we're going to be spinning during the series. So next week will be the Cheviot, or Cheviot, or however it's pronounced. Please forgive me, I'm probably going to butcher a lot of these names in the first place. I only speak English, unfortunately. So until next time, happy crafting.